size we're going to review is the short cup. The short cup is 8 ounces, and not many drinks are made in this kind of cup. And short cups are only limited to hot drinks, not cold drinks. Some people like to get cups of whipped cream in these for their dogs, which they call puppuccinos. But that's not an actual thing. That was made up. It's not on the menu, and nor does Starbucks promote it. It's actually bad for your dog. They're not supposed to intake sugar, artificial sugar. So FYI, if you care for your dog, stop giving them cups of whipped cream. So the short hot cup, I actually took the time to also write on the cup for you guys. I don't think you can see it, but maybe you could try. It's a short. Anyway, so for a typical short hot drink, it will get 1 shot of espresso, 2 pumps of sweetener or syrup, same thing, and the default milk, which is 2%. As far as milk goes, we have 2% whole milk, non-fat, heavy cream, half and half, coconut milk, soy, almond milk, and now we have oat milk. So you have a variety of milks to choose from if you are lactose intolerant. What else was I going to say? I'll just continue, I guess. It'll come back to me. With a short cup, not many drinks go in here. Some people just like to get shots of espresso. As far as espresso, we have regular espresso, decaf espresso, and blonde espresso. Blonde espresso is more of a lighter, rich type of shot, more higher caffeine. So they would get just shots in here and then fill it up with whipped cream. That's called a campana. And another popular drink in here, which is not on the menu, that I prefer to get, and is honestly the only thing I get at Starbucks. It would be an undertow. And with the undertows, what you would do is pour your shots of espresso in a shot glass, And while they're pouring, you would pump your preference in sweetener. I usually do like 1.5 of white mocha and 1.5 of either toffee nut or cinnamon dulce. And then from there, you get a stir stick and stir it in the cup. Just give it a good 2 to 3 stirs, 5 maybe. And the reason why I stir it up is to mix it properly, because the white mocha is more of a sauce than syrup. It's very thick. And then from there, you would choose your preference in milk. I choose half and half, or cream, same thing, or breve, same thing. And then from there, you would chill a spoon in ice or a pitcher of ice water. From there on, you would give your shots and then pour the shots onto the chilled spoon while it is draining over the actual syrup. It'd be better if I'd show you. Maybe someday I'll do actual barista roleplay. And then from there, you just drink the undertow all at one, which is like a shot, honestly. But yeah, so that's it for the short cup. I'll review. It's just 1 shot of espresso. If you wanted to get a latte, let's say it's a latte or basic drink, a shot of espresso with 2 pumps of syrup and 2% milk. So that's the short cup, everyone. Now we're gonna go on to the try to see that. I don't think you could. Well, anyway, for a tall cup, it will get 1 shot, 3 pumps of syrup, and by default, again, 2% milk. So, let's say I were to make a regular vanilla latte, right? A hot vanilla latte. You would steam your milk in a steaming pitcher at 2%. We're gonna do 2%. Alright. In a steaming pitcher, fill it to the tall line. And then, while that's going, you would pump your syrup in there. So it's gonna be vanilla. And like I said before, it's 3 pumps of vanilla. So 1, 2, 3. And then from there, you would cure your shots. No, actually, sorry, you would steam your milk, cure your shots, and then vanilla. From there, you should have enough time to put the cup underneath the espresso machine while the shots are pouring. So the shots would be pouring inside the cup. From there on, once the shots are done, you would give it a little swirl. So that way it mixes all together. Mixes perfectly, and then the taste could be diluted properly. Then you would pour your milk over into the cup itself. Then you top it off with your tall cup, and then your sleeve, and then finish with the stopper. So that is your tall cup. Fun fact: the only drinks or sizes that require a sleeve and a stopper are venti hot cups. So don't be surprised if you don't get a sleeve or a stopper for your short, tall, and grande hot cups. Besides, for a short hot cup, or for a short cup, a sleeve doesn't fit in this. The sleeve's too wide, so it would just fall off anyway. So that's your tall cup. It would get 1 shot, 3 pumps of syrup, and 2% milk, or any other milk. Now, your grande hot cup. For the grande hot cup, it is 16 ounces. 16 ounces. 16. And also for a grande hot cup, it will get 2 shots of espresso. 2 shots of espresso. 2 shots. From there on, it will get 4 pumps of sweetener or syrup. 4 pumps of sweetener or syrup, and then your choice of milk. So if we're gonna go over this again, let's make I'm gonna throw a curveball at you guys. We're gonna make a grande hot caramel macchiato. So a grande hot caramel macchiato will get first we're gonna steam our milk, put it to the grande line, steam it. Then from there on, we're gonna pour 2 shots. Okay. Then once those 2 shots are pouring, we're gonna do 3 pumps of sweetener. I know I said 4 before, but with caramel macchiatos, for some reason, it gets 3 pumps, or it gets 1 pump less than original. So if we were to do, 3 pumps for a tall cup, it would be 1 pump less, which would be 2 pumps. Okay. And another thing that's different is the shots go on top instead of the bottom. So the way we would do this is once the milk is steaming, we would do our 3 pumps in here since it gets 1 less, and then pour our milk first, and then shots on top. Then we're gonna top it off with caramel drizzle. That's a caramel macchiato. But that's not your regular drink. It's a popular drink, but that's not the way a regular hot drink would be made. Most of the hot drinks are made differently, which is the basic way of shots, syrup, milk on top, then that's it. But we're gonna stick to the regular way, which is 4 pumps of syrup, 2 shots, and your milk. So grande cup, hot cup will get your shots at the bottom, syrup at the bottom, milk on top. Top it off with a lid, and you're good to go. I'll review one guys. So let's say we did a grande hot white mocha. A hot white mocha would get your 4 pumps of syrup, right? 4 pumps of syrup. Then it would get your 2 shots, right? And you're pouring your 2 shots while you're steaming your 2% milk. Then you would put the cup under the shots. And then once it's done, especially for mocha drinks, since it's basically a sauce because it's so thick, we would give it a little whirl, give it a little swirl, you know what I'm saying? A little stir. And then milk on top. And any mocha drink gets whipped cream. Okay? Any mocha. Iced, hot, Frappuccino gets whipped cream on top. So, that is our grande cup. Now, on to the last hot cup, which is our venti cup, the most popular size for hot drinks. Here we go. I wrote on this cup too. I also wrote on the grande cup. I don't know if you noticed, but a venti hot cup. It's 20 ounces. Okay, 20 ounces for a venti hot cup. It gets the same amount of shots as a grande, and it gets 1 extra pump of sweetener than the grande. So if you guys know, if you remember from the grande cup, it would be 2 shots, same, and then I said 1 extra pump, so 5 pumps of syrup. And then the milk is always the same. We're always gonna do 2% milk unless you ask otherwise for a different one. So for a standard drink, well, any drink is standard on the menu, sorry, but for a basic drink, I guess we're gonna do a venti hot mocha, okay? So we're gonna steam our milk first, whatever milk you want to use. Fill it to the venti line in the steaming pitcher. Then from there, we're gonna do our pumps of syrup. No, I always forget, sorry, steam the milk. Then we cue our shots, pour the shots into the shot glass. And then from there, we're gonna pump our syrup into the cup, which is 5 pumps of syrup. Or mocha, like I said before, which is a sauce technically. From there, your shots should not be pouring yet. And you would put your cup underneath the shots, and then it'll be pouring on top of the mocha sauce. While your milk is still steaming, your milk should be done steaming at 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, with milk, there are other levels of temperature that you can use or do. So you could do extra hot, which would be done at 170 degrees Fahrenheit. Or you could do kids temperature, which would be 130. Now you can always do a manual temperature. What I mean by that is you could request a certain temperature that you want your milk at. I've gotten 190. I've gotten 180. I haven't gotten anything over 200 because after 200 it basically starts to boil the milk itself and just it turns into vapor. It just goes into the air. So from there, after our milk is done steaming, we pour the milk into the cup and we don't fill it up all the way. I would say like around right here, like this rim right here. Then you fill it up with whipped cream, because if you were to fill the liquid all the way to the top and then whipped cream on top, it would overflow. Then it would come out through the little hole of the lid itself. So I gave a little room before I put whipped cream. And then put the lid, put your sleeve, put a stopper, and you're all set. So for a venti hot cup, it's going to be 5 pumps of syrup usually, then 2 shots, and then your milk. Now that we're done with the hot cups, I'm going ahead and say this. You don't have to get a certain drink that you want that way. Starbucks is very flexible on creating a drink or customizing any drink to your liking. That's good and bad, in my opinion. For just personal reasons, good for you, but good for me too, but bad for you and bad for me. Because once you start customizing the standard drink, then you will expect it to be made the same way everywhere else that you go to. And that's not always the case. We have different baristas, and they're gonna make their drinks differently. And you're already taking a standard drink and customizing it to your liking. So not every barista is gonna make it the same way, especially if it's customized. Just giving you a little more information on that. Anyway, that's your hot cups. So now we're gonna move on to cold cups. So remember, the sizes for hot cups are short, tall, grande, and venti. Then ounce-wise it will be 8, 12, 16, and 20. And then shots for a tall would be 1. Shots for a short would be 1. And then 2 pumps of syrup. Shots for a tall would be 1. And 3 pumps of syrup. Shots for a grande would be 2. And 4 pumps of syrup. And then shots for a venti would be 2. And 5 pumps of syrup. So on to cold cups. So first off, we have a tall cold cup. Now, with cold cups, we are able to do 3 different types of drinks, okay? So you could do an iced latte, and a latte is basically what goes into a hot cup, okay? But you could get it iced. So for example, a mocha or a white mocha, you could get that hot or iced. Even a Frappuccino, a cinnamon dulce latte, you could get that iced as well. And then, so we have iced lattes. That's one of the types of drinks for cold cups. Then we have iced coffee. Okay, iced coffee. Another one is refreshers. And then the next one would be teas, like your tea bags, teas. And the last one would be frappuccinos. So technically 4. I think I said 3 earlier. Sorry, but 4. So right now I'm going to tell you the ingredients for an iced drink. An iced latte. Okay. I also wrote it on the cup as well. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. It's a clear cup, so probably you can't see it. So I want to get a better seating. So for an iced latte, a tall cup, it would get 1 shot, 3 pumps of syrup, and cold milk. Basically the same as a hot drink, because it's 12 ounces. It's the same size as the hot cup. For iced coffee, it would also get 3 pumps of sweetener. Okay, 3 pumps of sweetener, whatever sweetener that they want. By default, iced coffees come with classic, but not many people get classic. They either get, what's popular right now is the keto drink, which is not technically keto, honestly. If you want to avoid any sugar, you shouldn't be going to a coffee shop in the first place. That's your biggest mistake, honestly. So, but the keto drink would get 3 pumps of either sugar-free vanilla or sugar-free cinnamon dulce, and it would get heavy cream and iced coffee. So the iced coffee would go to this second line right here, and then cream or heavy cream to that top line, the last top line right there. Okay, and then you would put your ice, which would be a tall scoop of ice. Now for an iced latte, let's say I were to make that iced mocha, right? I would do 3 pumps of mocha and then shots there, which is 1 shot. Pour the milk to that top line again, and then just ice and then whipped cream since it's the mocha. Now for a refresher, it would be, first you would get your shaker cup, because refreshers and teas always go in a shaker cup. And then from there, sorry I don't have a shaker cup on me, I would show you the lines that you would fill it to. Basically, there's specific lines where you fill the tea to, and the refresher juice, which comes out of a box. It's already delicious kiwi starfruit. I think that's what it's called. I'm not too sure, I forget. And for teas we have black tea, white tea, which is gonna be discontinued, I believe. White tea, passion tea, and green tea. So you would fill your tea or refresher juice to the specific line of the measurement on the shaker, and then you would do it's essentially half tea or refresher juice and half water, and then it would get pumps of liquid cane sugar, which is the default sweetener for teas. Not refreshers. Refreshers don't get any pumps of sweetener whatsoever. But like, let's say a tall, it would get 3 pumps of liquid cane sugar for a tea. Then from there, so you would do your tea, then water, and then ice with the 3 pumps of liquid cane sugar already in there. Now for a refresher, it would be your refresher, water, put some berries of that certain type of refresher, the ice, and then that's it. And then obviously you're shaking the cup. So from there, as far as berry goes, strawberry, I say you get strawberries. Mango dragon fruit gets dragon fruit berries. And very berry hibiscus gets berries, like blackberries. Kiwi star fruit gets like dried up kiwis. They're all dried up fruit that come out of a bag. Now for frappuccinos, it's a little different. Frappuccinos, for a tall, it gets frap roast. All sizes of the ice cups get frap roast, obviously, for frappuccinos. For a tall, it would get 2 pumps of frap roast, just 2. And frap roast is technically the coffee that goes into the cup, or it goes into the frappuccino. Sorry, if you're getting a coffee if you're getting a frappuccino with coffee, we can always do a frappuccino without coffee, which are called cream-based frappuccinos. So it gets 2 pumps of frap roast, and then whole milk, which is the default milk for frappuccinos. Remember, you can always change it up, whatever other milk you want. Whole milk to this line right here, to the bottom line, the very bottom line. Then you would pour that into a blender pitcher. From there on, you would pump your syrup of the certain frappuccino that you're going to make. So let's say I'm making a tall caramel frappuccino. I would do my 2 pumps frap roast milk to that bottom line, and then 2 pumps of caramel. And then from there, I would do a tall ice scoop. So a tall cup of ice, right? And then you would do your 2 pumps of coffee base, not cream base. We have cream base, but that's only for frappuccinos that have no coffee. And we would do 2 pumps of coffee base. So it'd be 2, and then tall scoop of ice. Now, if it's a frappuccino that requires some sort of inclusion or of powder or chips, like let's say it's a vanilla bean. Vanilla bean is not syrup, it's an actual powder, it's vanilla bean powder. It would also get 2, meaning 2 scoops of that powder, so 1 and 2, and then pour it into the blender pitcher. If it's a java chip frappuccino, or a double chocolate chip frappuccino, or a mocha cookie crumble frappuccino, it would get 2 scoops of frap chips, the chocolate chips, basically. We call them frap chips. Now, if you have a green tea frappuccino, that green one that you always see, I'm pretty sure you've seen it, which is matcha, it gets 2 scoops of that. So that's 2, and then tall scoop of ice, and 2 actually for the pumps of frap roast. Now that's your tall cup. It's a lot, I know, I'm sorry, I had to remember all that. I know a lot of recipes in my head, off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure 50 plus recipes off the top of my head, and I remembered also regulars, like the regular drinks from customers. I've memorized that as well, and their names, and their cars. It's just by working there, I guess, a lot. So that's your tall cup, guys. I'll do a little quick review. So tall, it would get 1 shot of espresso for iced lattes. sorry, no, 3, sorry. And then Frappuccinos, it would be 2 pumps of Frap Roast. I'm saying tall cups, okay? 2 pumps Frap Roast, 2 pumps syrup, or inclusions, so vanilla bean or Frap Chips, 2 pumps base, coffee base or cream base, and ice, tall scoop of ice. Alright, so that's your tall cup. Now we're gonna go to our grande cup. So for the grande cup, it is 2 shots, 4 pumps of syrup, and preference of milk. Now for that, it's the same as your grande hot drink because it's the same amount of ounces, which is 16. And like I said before, there are 4 different types of drinks for cold cups. So we got the iced espresso drink, iced coffee, teas and refreshers, frappuccinos. Wait. Espresso drinks, iced coffee, tea, refreshers, frappuccino. There's actually 5 drinks, I'm sorry. There are 5 drinks. I'm so sorry. I've been misguiding you. My bad. Hey, we all make mistakes, right? So 5 drinks. But yeah, so your espresso drink would get the 2 shots, 4 pumps of syrup, and then your milk and whipped cream if it needs it, right? Oh, don't forget the ice, obviously. Now for espresso, I'm sorry, iced coffee, same thing. Doesn't get shots. It's iced coffee. It's already brewed, so there's caffeine in it. It would get your 4 pumps of any sweetener or syrup. It would get iced coffee to that middle line. Same thing, that middle line, okay? Then cream or whatever other milk to that top line. Then ice, and you're all set. And then they can add whatever they want. Honestly, you can get iced coffee with whipped cream. Like I said before, any drink is customizable. So now onto teas or refreshers. Teas or refreshers are all basically always going to get half water and half the tea or refresher. And teas get sweetener, which is 4 pumps of any sweetener. Typically it'd be liquid cane sugar, but I say any sweetener because people like to customize. Now in refreshers, it would get your berries as well, don't forget that. And then you would finish it off with your ice. And that is 4 types of drinks down. Now we're on to frappuccinos. Let me adjust myself a little bit. So on frappuccinos, since tall cups are 2 pumps of Frap Roast and 2 of everything else, grande cups, ice cups are 1 plus more, which would be 3 pumps Frap Roast, 3 pumps of sweetener, or 3 scoops of inclusions, which are powder, the matcha, vanilla bean, or the Frap Chips. And it would get 3 pumps of base, either cream or coffee base. Then your grande scoop of ice, put it in the blender. When the blender pressure's right, then put it in the actual blender. Press 1, and then it'll good to go. Blending. You pour the frappuccino in the cup, top it with whipped cream. Each frappuccino gets whipped cream, except for coffee frappuccinos and espresso frappuccinos. Those are the only ones that don't, unless requested. So, I think that pretty much covers the grande cup. I don't want to bombard you with information. It's pretty simple after a couple drinks made. But yeah, so the main thing I want you guys to know is 2 shots, 4 pumps of syrup, and milk. Okay, iced espresso drink. And frappuccinos, those are popular too, so I guess frappuccinos would be 3 pumps of Frap Roast, 3 pumps of either syrup or 3 scoops of inclusions, and then your grande scoop of ice, 3 pumps of base, and then blend. Okay, that's your grande cup. My hair was bugging me a little bit, but it's all good. for some reason. So this last size will be your venti iced cup. Same principle. Okay. There are 5 different types of drinks for this size cup. It's the most popular size, I would say. This and Trenta. Trenta is a size up this one, which is basically your extra large. Now, with venti ice cups, they're not the same size as the hot ones. It's actually 6 ounces more. So if you remember what the hot ones were, it was 20. Now this one's 26 ounces. 26 ounces. So, and because of that, 26 ounces, it gets 1 extra shot and 1 extra pump of sweetener. If you remember, the venti hot cup got 2 shots and 5 pumps of sweetener. So our venti ice cup will get 3 shots and 6 pumps of sweetener. And your standard milk would be 2%. So from there on, let's get started onto the drinks. I'll just explain it to you. So your venti ice cups would get the 6 pumps of sweetener. The 3 shots on top, you could just pour it underneath the shot, where the shots come out. I wouldn't know what to call that. And you don't need to steam any milk, which is nice. So from there, after the shots are poured into the cup, I'll give you an example. Let's do a cinnamon dulce latte, a nice one. So you would do your pumps of syrup first. So cinnamon dulce syrup, so it would be 6 pumps. Then, actually no, I would give my shots first, which are 3, because it takes longer for 3 shots. Then while they're queuing or pouring, I would do my 6 pumps of sweetener. Then after I do that, I put the cup underneath the shot pourer. And then while it's pouring, I like to just give it a little swirl again underneath so the shots mix right with the syrup. After the shots are pouring, then we pour the milk on top. We're gonna pour the milk into that top line again. Okay, this top line right here. I don't know if you can see it. The black line. That's a black line right here. If you ever go to Starbucks again, just pay attention to the lines on the side. We use those lines to our benefit. From there on, once you fill it there, you would pour your ice scoop, venti scoop of ice. If you're smart, if you're a barista, if you know this little hack, you could honestly always just do a scoop of ice, the size lower. So if it's a venti ice scoop, you could do a grande scoop of ice and it'll fit perfectly right at the top, because a venti scoop of ice is always a little extra. A grande scoop fits just right, just perfect. Same with the tall. Well, no, actually with the tall you actually have to do the tall. Same with the grande. With the grande, you could always do a tall, and they'll fit right in the cup, just perfect. It's a little hack. And the Trenta, you're obviously gonna do the venti scoop of ice. So that's your iced espresso drink. And for the cinnamon dulce latte, it gets whipped cream on top, because the hot drink also gets whipped cream. So the cinnamon dulce latte gets whipped cream on top, and it'll get the cinnamon dulce topping or the powder. From there on, you would put your dome lid. Now, onto our iced coffee. It would get 6 pumps of sweetener, whichever sweetener they want. Like I said before, the default for an iced coffee is classic syrup, but people get all sorts of different things. So, and same principle, it would get iced coffee to that middle line, and whatever other milk to that top line. And then you would pour your ice, and then you finish with your lid. Teas and refreshers. Teas, remember, it gets pumps of liquid cane sugar, so it would get 6 pumps base also get guava and peach infusion if they want. I forgot to say that, to mention that. I'm so sorry. Maybe you're already asleep, so you're probably not even wondering on that. We're probably not even getting to this moment of me explaining that. So, from there on, so half water, half the teas and refreshers. Gosh, I lost my train of thought because of that. So refreshers would get your half water, and then the base of the refresher, whichever one you're using, don't forget you also top it with fruit and then ice. So that pretty much covers the teas and refreshers for venti ice. Now we go on to the last one, which is a popular, one of the most popular drinks, a venti frappuccino. We did caramel frappuccino before, so now we're going to do what's another popular? Let's do a mocha frappuccino. No, actually, let's do a java chip frappuccino. So a venti java chip frappuccino. Since the venti cup, we're gonna go 1 pump extra of frap roast. If you remember, a grande gets 3, a tall gets 2, so venti's gonna get 4. Same concept with the syrup and the base and the inclusions. So it's gonna get 4. Okay, so 4 of your syrup or inclusions, and then 4 pumps of base or cream base, and then your venti scoop of ice. After that, you're all doing this in the blender, by the way. So you would do your 4 pumps of frap roast and milk to that bottom line. Then you're gonna dump that milk into the blending pitcher. Then you would add all your sweeteners and toppings and whatever goes into the frappuccino in the blender. Then from there, don't forget your ice. You would put the blender into the blending pitcher into the blender. Put your lid, press 1, it's gonna blend. Pour the contents into the cup. Whipped cream, top it, and you're all set. For a java chip, it gets mocha drizzle on top. So that little mocha drizzle, honestly, and then caramel, perhaps get caramel drizzle. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I left a lot of stuff out because, like I said before, I don't want to bombard you with information. Maybe I'll do more videos in the future if you guys like these, and I'll do a barista roleplay if anything, if you guys like that as well. We'll just see how this video goes. Anyway, so I'm gonna recap all the sizes and how to make an espresso drink, ice drink. I won't do the rest. They're fairly easy, or I guess I could review the fraps. So for a tall ice cup, it would get 1 shot. A tall iced espresso drink, it would get 1 shot, 3 pumps of syrup, ice, and then whipped cream if it gets it. Then top it with your lid. Grande would get 2 shots, 4 pumps of syrup, milk, obviously milk in the tall as well. Sorry, I didn't mention that. Milk, ice, top it, and then that's it. Venti, it would get 3 shots, 6 pumps of sweetener, milk, ice, whipped cream if it needs it, lid. That's it. Okay, frappuccinos. Tall would be 2 frap roast, 2 syrup or inclusions, 2 base, tall scoop of ice in the blender, blending pitcher, put in the blender, 1 blend. That's it. Grande would be 3, grande scoop of ice, blender pitcher, blender lid, blend it. Venti, 4 frap roast, 4 syrup, 4 inclusions, 4 base, venti scoop of ice, blender pitcher, blender lid, blend it, and then that's it. That's it. Alright, well, sorry if I left some stuff out, or your favorite drink. If you want to know more about Starbucks, just put it in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer your questions. And if you want any future videos of this topic itself, comment section below, and I'll try to get to it. Anyway, like I said before, sorry if I left some things out, or if I lost my train of thought, or just,